everyone, and welcome to Generation C, okay? Your favorite school news shows where we bring you all school news, university news, tertiary news, and everything in between. Now, guys, before we get right started and get into this very exciting program, please do note the picture of the week, okay? We have the photo of the week, and as you guys can see, we have a learner that is using the NMH educational booklets in collaboration with the Ministry of Education. My name is Puku Riatva, and I will be your host for today. So now we're going to jump straight into our Zone publication, reminding you guys why Zone is the best buy and the best option for you. On the front page, we have some psychology students that are shaking the gram, okay? We have some very, very interesting and impactful psychology students that we are going to be talking to later on in this show, so please stay tuned for that to know more about that. Now we're going to move on to our feature, okay? On page 4 and 5, we have a very exciting feature where people from the NMH headquarters, okay, people from my zone, we went out to Katutura State Hospital to get the COVID-19 vaccines. It was a very exciting process, scary process, but if you guys want to know the step-to-step rundown on what happens when you get the vaccine, then please do tune into that page. Then on page 7, of course, we have our star teacher of the week. Okay, we are seeing how this teacher is making waves with the grade 1s with the use of our educational booklets that we already spoke about. So before we get any more further into our favorite publication, we are going to head straight into the interview that we have with these psychology students.
Hi everybody, my name is Patience Masua and I'm super excited to be graduating this week on the 28th of April. Congratulations to everybody who'll be graduating with me, and don't forget to tune in on the live virtual graduation ceremony, which will be on the 28th of April on the University of Namibia YouTube channel. See you there.
We are back in studio, guys, with our very, very exciting interview with these two lovely ladies. This is our front page of our Zone publication. So before we start, can you two kindly introduce yourselves and tell us a brief background on your interests, what you do, let the people know.
My name is Cindy Quipman. I'm 23 years old and I'm a final year student at the University of Namibia. Yes, I'm an extrovert person. I'm very outgoing and I just love people and I love working with people, so yes.
I'm Brittany Kotsia. I'm also a fourth year psychological student from UNAM. And yeah, like Cindy said, I'm also just a people's person. Also an introvert, but with this psychology, it has brought me to express myself better and to also deal with people and so forth.
Wow. So thank you for introducing yourselves. Thank you for letting us, interview you. So now let's get started in our front page. We know that you two have an initiative, right? You started an Instagram page where you talk about mental wellness, mental health. Can you tell us a bit more about that?
Cindy, would you like to go first?
Yes, the idea definitely about starting the page was to really stand in the gap of clients and psychologists. Yeah, we really know that there's a need in Namibia to really make mental health a big deal, make people aware of your mental health, yeah, and putting it first. So I think that really stirred up the whole fire within us to really put it out there so people can educate themselves. Yeah.
Yeah, just to add on to what Cindy said, I really think that with this program we can put emphasis on how much we need to focus on mental health, because if you focus on yourself, you can give more to others.
Wow.
Yeah.
So now we want to know, what inspired the idea? When did you have that realization where you're like, okay, maybe we should do this and maybe it can help who and who? How did that entire idea come about?
Definitely during lockdown last year, Brittany and I were always talking and we're like, imagine there's so many people right now going through the absolute most, and what can we do with our capacity, what are we able to do, really just be the helping hand to people. And so yeah, it was like a whole process, we think, because it's not about just going out there and doing something. You really have to be precise and very it's a very sensitive topic, so we really had to work out our planning and all that. And so so it was definitely throughout the lockdown period that this idea was birthed. And and yeah, we just took it from there and kept on running with it.
Yeah.
Wow, amazing. So now we want to know, if it's not too personal to ask, were you guys struggling with mental health yourselves, or was it a thing of seeing a gap in the society and seeing the negative effects that a lot of people were experiencing with it that inspired you to start?
Okay, so personally from my point of view, I think we all do suffer to a degree with mental health, whether it be anxiety, depression. There's so many logistics around it. So I think we can't necessarily say, oh, I have depression, or no, I don't have depression. It's to a degree, and I think I've noticed it amongst ourselves, within ourselves, and this sparked the idea to really give that knowledge around it, so that what we learned we can share with others as well.
Wow. Okay, ladies, so now why Instagram? You know, why social media? I know you guys are buzzing.
Yeah.
You guys are on people's feeds. Why should people follow your page?
Okay. The reason why we started Instagram was because it's the most common used platform to really just, you know, post and use this platform to, you know, share what you want to share with others. And because I think a lot of our youth, our youngsters are on Instagram, so why not Instagram, you know? Yeah, just to also add to that is that I think a lot of people use Instagram as their escape, but it's also an unhealthy escape. So why not change it around into a healthy escape?
Wow.
Yeah.
So you guys made a safe environment out of a not so safe environment.
Exactly,
So now just to add on to that question, why do you think social media is like such a mental trigger? Why can social media be, you know, derogatory to your mental health, affect you and demotivate you in general?
You know, like there's so many standards put out there. There's so many norms that are just really destructive towards ourselves. And I think we immediately compare ourselves, our lives to social media, and really that is just what is out there. And I think that we need to really start changing what we feed in ourselves. And that is why Brittany and I said, really let us incorporate a healthy aspect, really something positive, that seeing that we are going to use social media, let us just change what exactly is the influence that's taken from it. And that is really, I think, so important, especially because so many people are exposed to it, and we really need to change the perspective. We need to change what is being said.
Yes, the narrative in general.
Yeah,
Guys,
definitely.
as you guys can see, this is such an amazing, conducive space for your mental health environment. Lastly, before you ladies leave the studio, I just want to ask, what do you personally feel are the advantages and the disadvantages of taking care of your mental health in the long run?
Cinderly, do you want to go first with advantages?
Yes, I'll go first with advantages. You know, definitely if you show yourself love, if you take care of yourself, you can really be a proper functioning human in the society. You know, it really starts with you. It starts with your self-love, really acknowledging what you feel and how you feel, and really just making yourself better so that you can just function with everyone. And you know, it's just about really taking care of ourselves. You know, self-care is really important. And I think once you really forget about everything else and focus on yourself and really try and erode what people think, oh no, why is she being so dramatic or what, but it's really forget about that and really just take care of ourselves, guys. It's really important, especially the time we're living in. I think mental health now should really take a stand, and really we should take care of ourselves.
Yeah. The disadvantages, I think a lot of people also think that, oh no, I can't think of myself, it's selfish, and that's it leads into egocentrism. But no, it's not, because we need to realize that the more you focus on yourself, like I said earlier, the more you focus on yourself, the more you can give to others. So like Cinderly said, focus on self-care, because once you neglect yourself, you're neglecting everyone around you, not just the people, but your work, your daily lives, your routines, and these things start falling apart, and that affects you as well. You're internally and externally.
Wow, guys. So if you are feeling all of the emotions that I'm feeling, I am so excited to go follow this Instagram page, guys. Where can we find you guys on IG? What's your handle?
It's on Instagram, self.edpsychology.
Wow, guys. So please go follow. And guys, that has been the end of our interview. But this is Generation C, so I know you guys were anticipating for the COVID vaccine. I know a lot of you were turning your heads when we said we got vaccinated, but we have just the video for you to take you through the entire process step by step. Catch us right after this.
world, what is happening right now?
Okay, so currently we're in the queue, busy waiting now for vaccine. We're here at Kaptura State Hospital for our vaccine, and I'm really nervous.
Super nervous. Are you excited?
I mean, I am excited because I know after I get my vaccine, a lot of people also get their vaccine. So then, yeah.
Okay. Let's go see what Maricel is feeling. Hi. How are we feeling?
Tiny bit scared, tiny bit excited. More scared than excited.
Just like that.
Oh.
And you're done. You made it, Nick. You made it.
Okay. So, I just got my vaccination, my first dose. So this is the card. And now I need to wait 15 minutes so they can check to see if I am still okay, if I have any side effects. And then when that is done, I go back and then they let me go. And then after 19 days, which is the 15th of July, I will be coming back for step.
Yay!
Oh my god, guys. I mean, I got vaccinated.
My name is Sister Emily Jacobs, currently working as a registered nurse here at Katutura Nurses Hall at the vaccination site. So we are encouraging the public, especially the youth from 18 years and above, to come and get the vaccine, as it's very important. As you people know that the pandemic has hit us so hard. Many people, our grandmothers, our mothers, our fathers passed away. So it's for the youth now to take charge to come and get the vaccination, so we stop the spreading of the vaccine. So especially also the people who has already positive COVID, those who already tested positive or had already went through that, we also encourage them to come and get the vaccine. It's also very important for the reinfection. Even if they get the symptoms that they might have, it won't be the same as they had before. Okay, thank you very much.
Didake Pauna aus, Teresia Carolina Estera is something enough. Didake Koeko Govap, Toro Kubis, Koeko Govap Disara, Papa. Sidake did a Kaiseki Tangi of the Kan. Ne, Kani didake Nama Govapna, Sina. Hanuba who called of now, Mira Kona Hurake, Kani de Ho Kaisa. Nesta. Mangas was a Dani, Nama go up and Oaska of Koeko Kovas, if was Niska, Otskinning Nui Kuni, Titskinning Nui Kuni, o gabe ne khani ros para ga thi oske ne khani rosa khoi kho ko ba corona unha tsetske futi ga mas kha ga unti ko mu seske ne khani sa kai se ha se chi kha se ra hun dia mati ia se unwan khara kung hao chikai se ha ba de chikai se khwa ha ba de khoi ke khoi kho ko ba khoi ne mu si I o itrati da khoi kho ko ba am se kanske khoi kho ko ba di khani I khani nan to kho ba guru ere ira man ma sa kai se kai ai bara u mu di ba sing mi khoni sa si khoi kho ko ba di computers ani taxi isa of computers ani huna kain ka si isa ngasa ida je ngai ngai ke facebook sai ke si khoi kho ba society group o so it's ida ke si join chimu onje do khoin kai khoin yang ma ba hanai ke ma ki boda chini khabrai ti ke mi hai net boda ha waro ha be ma ki boda chini khabrai ti ke mi ai chira ke ma ki boda ke cell phone ke install Sira ke cell phone install opke kiwada 100% rasison. Tira ne nama ko ap mi I. Nam ngoba ungai khwas niskao. Ora ke on mat lakire tain ta ka hiya ko mama ha. Se ke I. O ita ke kire nga phone nga keyboard hu nga keyboard ja u sikire sil computer sikire si install ka khabara ke se ega haben wa si ke ngai ti mai khabe de ke kai sira kan khoi khoi ko wap tim ne khani di kai se kai whip ase khatsa iba kai se kai whip ase iba da khani di ke sira kira ka bi kuma khu je to kho ba ngari ko se kai ikui na khoi ko wap ri khuna ka ha upa da re kai ayos thank you bye.
Hi viewers and welcome back to School's Corner. My name is Wetumene Shikai, your host for today. But as you can see, in studio today we're joined by the wonderful editorial team members of Yanyonkar Secondary School, and they'll introduce themselves just in a bit. But here at School's Corner we bring you school news from all around the country and from the editorial teams. Well, welcome guys.
Thank you.
I hope you guys are comfortable.
Yes, very much.
Yes, so may you please introduce yourself to our viewers today.
My name is Nana Timunu. I'm a sub-editor of Yanyonkar Afrikaner High, and I am so glad to be here.
Thank you for coming.
My pleasure.
My name is Felicia Hafenayem, and I'm the journalist of the JJA Times, and I'm really looking forward to work with NMH.
Oh girl, yes, definitely.
My name is Lily Tumunu. I'm the editor of JJA Times, and I'm very happy to be here.
Well, thank you guys so much for coming once again. I'd just like to get to know you guys a little bit so we break the ice. Are you guys comfortable yet?
Yes.
Okay, so just to get a little overview of you guys' editorial team, how many members are you guys, and how is it working being part of the school newspaper project?
We are actually 6 members. 2 editors, the sub-editor and then the editor, and then the rest are journalists.
Okay.
To be honest with you, some of us really didn't. We were never in a newspaper. So some of us are really nervous. Some of us really don't know how to write articles yet. But we are trying all our best to start knowing all the precautions a journalist has to go through.
Well, definitely, that's great to hear. I feel like being in an editorial team, having members that are also there can also help you guys to grow together and learn together. Don't you find that interesting?
Yeah.
Yes.
How is the experience for you?
Oh, it's such a wonderful experience. Like at first I was nervous because it's like to come up with a story, it takes an amount of time and it's so long, like to come up with a good article. So it's been wonderful, like working with my team. Like they help me when I struggle, and
Yeah, a lot of potential.
Is there a lot of potential?
Yes.
Well, that's great to hear. Being the editor, you're the editor for the JJA Times. How do you manage to work with deadlines? Knowing that being in the journalism industry, you need to meet deadlines. How do you work with that and manage your team to do that?
We try our best to come up to bring before the deadlines, because our deadline for our newspaper is on the 5th of May.
Okay.
So we are almost done with our news. So Yeah.
Okay, so just now that you mentioned that your school newspaper is coming out really soon, I hope you guys are excited as I am.
Very excited.
Can you give us just a scoop, just a teaser of what we can expect in your publication?
I won't really give you guys much, but just
Okay.
a clue. We're going to talk about the postponing of the school award ceremony. We'll talk about starletness. We also have a vox pop about the somehow not good performance at our school, but we're working on it. That's all I can say for now.
Thank you so much. Is there anything else you guys would like to add?
And our so-called LRC camp. Oh, it was very fun, to be honest. And
Okay. So you guys had a whole camp this year, or was that last year?
this year,
Okay, did you guys attend?
No,
No.
it was just the LRCs.
Oh, okay. So how do you think they experienced that?
I think you have to go look for
Yeah,
it
you have
in
to
the
read for yourself.
yourself in the
Guys, I
newspaper.
tried so hard to get this information out of them, but it seems like they really want you guys to get a
Yes.
scoop of their school newspaper. Well, just before we conclude, I'd like to hear, what are you guys' plans since the holidays are approaching? What are you guys into? What are you guys up to? Are you guys gonna go? Are you guys traveling? Are you guys studying? What are you guys up to this holiday?
Just like chilling with family, like
Oh, you're chilling.
yes, going to like dance classes, practicing. Yeah, nothing much. Like I'm not even traveling, so
Okay, so you'll be around.
yes.
Can we catch up later?
Sure.
Okay.
I won't be traveling, but being inspired by my aunt Teresa, presenter at Omlonga Radio,
Oh, wow.
I'll be writing articles for the next edition, and I'll mostly just focus on the social media platforms, like I'll be Instagramming.
I know the things. I know the things. Yes.
For me, I'm actually a singer and a rapper, so
Oh,
I'll focus
wow.
most on, I'm also a poet, so I'll
Okay.
focus more on going to the studio, working on songs, and just, you know, being an artist.
Crafting your talent.
Yeah.
I wish you guys so much good luck. I wish that you guys are satisfied with the results for this semester. I didn't get to speak about that, but I hope you guys are really performing and doing well in your academics. Besides the school newspaper, of course, you guys will see how amazing it looks. Well, that's it from us today in studio. We'll head back to the next segment.
Welcome back, guys, to another exciting episode of Varsity Chat Room. I'm so excited to be back. But on today's episode, guys, I do have Mishan. Mishan is a Namibian student studying in Cape Town. And welcome, Mishan.
Thank you so much for having me.
No, really, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. So you are at the University of Cape Town.
That is correct, yes. I'm studying, doing my third year in a Bachelor of Business Science in Analytics.
Oh, wow. And how has that been? How has it been going? I mean, considering we are in a panorama.
Well, it has been a little tough, but I must say that I had to decrease my workload and all of that. So I am doing much better, trying to maneuver UCT as well as I possibly can.
Speaking of maneuvering UCT, the recent fire at the library, how first of all, how did all of that happen? What caused the fire?
Well, it was quite devastating. Usually, every year there is at least a wildfire that happens on the mountain. So UCT is at the bottom of what they call Devil's Peak, which is the backside of Table Mountain. So there's usually a wildfire. So the Sunday morning, we could see the fire on the mountain from like the residential area. Just another fire. They're gonna put it out soon. I was like around 8 a.m. By 11, the fire had spread through to upper campus, and from upper campus it had already reached middle campus, and then it had also reached around lower campus by 12 o'clock. Was the fire managed to spread to the areas, and it destroyed a couple things on campus, upper campus, which is the main campus, and included in those buildings was the Jagger Museum, the houses, Library of Africans, and yes, other historical buildings as well were damaged.
Oh wow! And do you stay on res?
No, I stay campus, but I live very, very close. It's just like middle campus is basically across the street from where I stay. So I can literally walk there. So even like when it was time to evacuate, I was on campus and I literally just walked home. And I mean, it's not like there was much of a difference. There was still all the smoke and there was ash everywhere.
I can imagine. I can imagine. So it was said that it also, like, the fire also burned the library, if I'm not mistaken. And how do you
Yes, we have.
do you study in the library when you have time or stuff like that?
Yes, I among with other students, heavily relied on the library because the library is pretty big and you've got different spaces. So you have collaborative spaces, we have individual spaces, and all of that. We have computer labs. So I used to heavily rely on the library also for textbooks as well. I borrow most of my textbooks and I would spend the day in the library. I'd go there 8 o'clock. I leave at 10 o'clock pre-COVID. But after COVID, we only 100 students were allowed in the library at a time. Only 100 students were allowed in at a time. So students would actually go to things as well. But I mean, a lot of buildings were damaged on this, but honestly, the library is tragic. It's a loss that I mean, I still cannot even fathom the magnitude, all that we lost, the history, the like unique works of art, donations. It's a lot. It is really a lot.
And getting all that back is going to take quite some time. And I'm just thinking about how all of this is going to affect you guys as students, especially also being a foreign student is already, and then now you're at a school and now the school is being, this fire has affected the school, the library, and the way I understood was that the library was a big part of, how you get your stuff done and you going to the library studying and these things. So I really hope that things do get better in regards to now the library and where you guys study. And now that you have you moved out from when you guys evacuated, where did you go to? Since you are a foreign student and you don't really have family that live there, so where did you go to?
It was actually quite scary. So because I was off campus, people were coming to my place, and so it's like you are there in that situation. You're like, we actually don't know how long it take. Already at my place, the whole place was just smelling of smoke, and the fire had not even reached. So UCT, when they evacuated people, they were putting people in chams. The university transport that's given to us, and they were bringing us to the city ball. So people like our SRC worked tirelessly that night. I don't even know if they even slept because I heard that the last people to be allocated was at 3 a.m. Monday morning because that's how many students there were. A lot of students had ran, and because they didn't know where to go, they had went to friends' places. So a lot of them were now trying to get back to the UCT provided accommodation. And I must say, companies and businesses in Cape Town are very supportive. They're offering us free meals, toiletries on hand, painkillers, the medical attendants as well. Lecturers were helping students move from hospitals to come here to hotels. So I must say that I really saw community. I really saw friends pulling through for us. And I feel like as an international student, your friends are basically, your family is basically the friends and the people that you meet at campus. But I do sympathize for other, first year students, especially international ones. It's already hard to make friends as is. And when I came, I was the only person from my school or at least in my faculty, in my classes. So a lot of first years have online classes. So they didn't really have anyone, and you're scared. It's your first time on campus. Campus is on fire. You're running. Maybe you never did a fire drill before, and in a different way. And a lot of times, there's also xenophobia that happens every once in a while. So even as an international student, when you're running away, you're thinking, okay, I need my passport, and okay, I need to to have my wits about me, because xenophobia is also still a thing. So it's quite trying, it's quite testing. Yes.
Okay, that's very interesting to hear. But I just hope that you guys keep pushing, stay strong, come back with them degrees, please. And
Yes.
and, and thank you for joining me here today. I really hope that the people that are going to be watching this have got a little bit more insight on, this whole situation. Because, when we are here, we just see, oh, A, B, C, and D is happening in Cape Town or in SA or where. So I'm glad that you were able to join me here just to give me and the rest of the viewers a bit more insight.
Thank you.
So that's it for today, guys. Thank you for joining us on today's episode. I'll see you guys next week, same time, same place.
Alright guys, we have come to the end of Generation C, Varsity Chat Room and School Corner, but please do stay tuned because we still have our matric farewell competition running, okay? If you guys want to see the T's and C's that apply, watch the following video. And also, the zone has become animated, okay? So if you subscribe to our Telegram, then you will be able to view the zone animated and in action as it always is. My name is Pukuriatva, and I'm out.